Today we check out whether we can drive 200 kilometers on a single charge with the Ioniq EV 28 kilowatt hours on the motorway. Before we start, place your bets in the comment section below. We are in the car and we are looking to go to Norwich and Norfolk today. About 200 kilometers away, there is this massive charging station. That's a Gridserve with 32 or 34 even charge points available. So we are very keen to go there. I'm not sure we've got quite enough because we've got 125 miles to drive. Now that's quite a lot. We might have to stop, but today I don't want to be planning anything. We're just going into a normal car and I want to test. Are we going to make it? Probably not, because we're going to go on the motorway. And if so, then are we going to be able to stop just by finding a station on the fly? Let's go. We've done about 40 kilometers, 45, and we are stuck in traffic. This is a classic. And interestingly, we've only consumed 5.6 miles per kilowatt hours. So that means at the minute we would be driving all the way. Right, so we've got 149 kilometers left, 2 hours, because there's a lot of traffic today. And we are on 5.4 miles per kilowatt hours, which is about 114 watt hours per kilometer. I think that means that we are going to be getting there with something like 5%. So we'll check. We're going to have 79% here, 79% of state of charge left for 149 kilometers. Right, so there's a welcome break in 0.75 miles, and actually I think it matches what our EV charging station finder offers here. Now I don't know that we are going to want to stop here, but the reality is it's been an hour and a half already we've been going. I'm pretty sure that some of the folks in the car are going to want to stop way before another 2 hours or something like that. And the reality, you're looking at a bank holiday weekend, you're going to be stuck in traffic. You're going to have to stop way before your car, even a 23 kilowatt hour usable capacity car. We are going to have to stop before that. If anything, 2:35 p.m. before we have lunch, that's not gonna cut it, right? So we can still go on for a little longer, but I think we're gonna have to stop way before the car, even a small battery car, has to stop. All right? Right, 119 kilometers and arriving in an hour and 30 minutes. So again, we're gonna get a problem in terms of we've been driving for, something like 2 hours and 15 minutes or something. So we're gonna have to stop, but that's a 5.7 miles per kilowatt hours. And finally, we are at decent speeds on this motorway now. But a lot to do still. 118 kilometers. So let's check out with 66% of battery left, whether, at least technically, we could arrive at this big charging station with the one with the 34 connectors, whether at least in theory, if we were to just proceed, we could make it there, right? It's 5.8 miles per kilowatt hours on 66%, 117 kilometers. All right, let's check it out. After 2.5 hours, we are in Cambridge, which is nothing to be writing home about. We've done 5.9 miles per kilowatt hours at a dreadful 27 miles per hour. It's been pretty much traffic jams for the whole duration, really. And, this is the UK in a bank holiday. 105 watt hours per kilometer. So excellent consumption, but of course, because we've done 100 kilometers in 2.5 hours, right? Very, very long. We're on 62% of battery, and we've got 108 kilometers. So the good news is there are 4 chargers here. It's a Shell. They were busy when we looked at them coming into the station. Interestingly, I'm not sure I want to be charging. Why? Because I'm a bit of a player today. I think I want to go to the Gridserve, and I want to use the full stretch of the battery. Might prove to be a bit of a mistake. Right, so we're talking about doing 108 kilometers, which means we would need no less than 5.3 miles per kilowatt hours, or 117 watt hours per kilometer. So that's quite a bit more than the 105 we've done, but in very, very particular conditions. I'm really hoping that it's going to be driving much better moving forward. And 117 is really not much for the motorway. You know, if it were to tell me 130, I think that would be a quite different picture. But yeah, let's see. Okay, we're an hour and 7 minutes away from target, 75 kilometers. We've just done 20 miles at 46 miles per hour. Yoo-hoo! Right, and we've done it at 5.4 miles per kilowatt hours, and it's been ramping up. So there you go. We are again stuck in traffic jam. That's probably going to improve things further. So let's check it out. On 48% and 5.4 miles per hour, are we going to make it for 75 kilometers? Right, 30 kilometers away from the Gridserve charging station, 5.3 miles per kilowatt hours, or 117, which is exactly what we were aiming for. And we've got 24% state of charge left, which is not a lot, but is that enough? Well, the car says 34 miles of distance is what we've got left in the battery. That would be plenty if you are looking to do 29 kilometers. We've arrived at the Gridserve in Norwich, which has probably something like 30 stations, at least 20 DC chargers. So 113 watt hours per kilometer on the last stretch. We've done 130 miles at a very wholesome 31 miles per hour in 4 hours and 30 minutes. So I think we can safely say we've been driving 4.5 hours on a 23 kilowatt hour usable capacity car before needing to recharge. And even then, we are still on 11%. So actually, you know what? We were a little bit better than anticipated. Time to recharge now. So final answer is yes, you can do 200 kilometers on the motorway with a single charge on the Ioniq EV, but typically that means you're in the UK at dreadful speeds, and in practice what you should be aiming for is more like 170 to 180 kilometers with this Ioniq. Now, why did I want to cover this? Is because this is the smallest battery you can find, pretty much, not quite, but nearly. And that means that, you know, in many real life conditions, the reality will be that you will have to stop way before the car has to. Now, that's slightly less true when you're on the faster motorways, if you're in France or in Germany maybe, but otherwise, yeah, I think the reality is a car, even like a 5-year-old car, a first generation car with a small battery, it's plenty for the UK, right? And that's my conclusion today.